beside my motorcycle. How's everybody's Saturday morning today? Hanging out for some morning coffee. Come and drop into the live and share your most memorable motorcycle story. Enjoy your enjoy your morning coffee and share some motorcycle stories. All right. We got the first thumbs up this morning for some Saturday morning live motorcycle conversation. Welcome in, my friend. How's how are you doing this fine Saturday morning? Oh, where did he go? Welcome, come and join in and tell some motorcycle stories. We're just hanging out doing some live by the 45. Having our morning coffee and wishing that I could go ride my motorcycle today, but unfortunately, we can't. I pulled I dropped the saddlebag off the side of the old bike here so that everybody can see see a clearer look at how that adjustable sissy bar functions. Works pretty good. Good morning, my friend. Welcome in for some Saturday morning motorcycle stories and coffee scrolling. Welcome in. Drop us a comment where you're from and who you are. Share your motorcycle stories. I'm injured and can't ride my motorcycle, so this is my motorcycle season. Hanging out in the garage, doing some YouTube live. Good morning, my friends. Welcome in for some hanging out, coffee, scrolling, motorcycle conversation. Hanging out for some morning coffee, live by the 45. Drop us a comment where you're from and what kind of motorcycle you ride. And hopefully you're getting opportunity to get out for a motorcycle ride today. Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm on the injured list and waiting, booked in for surgery. So, my little 45-inch flathead chopper. I love it. I pulled the saddlebag off so you can get I dropped the saddlebag off the bike here so that you can get a clearer view of how I designed and built that adjustable sissy bar. If you haven't seen that before, works pretty awesome. So, welcome in. Welcome in for some Saturday morning live to hang out and have some Saturday morning coffee and tell some motorcycle stories. Drop us a comment where you're from, and we'll stick a pin in the map from whatever part of the world you hail from. Some awesome, fun stuff. Motorcycle tales and stories. There's that adjustable sissy bar. I took the saddlebag off the other day. If you haven't heard that, took the saddlebag off so that you can see how I designed and built that adjustable sissy bar parts. Works pretty awesome. Rigid mounted. 2 mounting points on the axle plate. And then this is the pivot bolt for the adjustable lever. Works pretty awesome. If you haven't seen that, build your sissy bar. When you build a sissy bar, it's a manual lever. There's the function of it. So yeah, took the saddlebag off so you can see that. Works pretty awesome, being able to adjust your back rest throughout the day. Let your creative imagination run wild. and, and build something crazy, fun, one of a kind, like some straight up handlebars. Fun stuff. I love it. I hope you'll share the same passion for your motorcycles as I do mine. If you're just new in here, some Saturday morning coffee scrolling live beside the 45, drop in and share us a comment where you're from and what kind of motorcycle you ride. I'm just hanging out by my 1943 WLC 45-inch flathead. Some Saturday morning coffee scrolling motorcycle conversation. Hanging out in the garage. Stop in and drop in and drop us a comment where you're from and what kind of motorcycle you ride. And have you ever rode with a foot clutch before? The old rocker style foot clutch. Anybody that's never seen one of those before? Rocker foot clutch. This is the rocker mechanism in here. Heel toe. Put your heel on it. Disengage. Tank shifter. Shift into gear. And then push your toe down to engage. It's like that. Pretty awesome, cool old farts. 1943, 45-inch flathead. Welcome in, you guys. If you're scrolling by, drop us a comment. What kind of motorcycle you ride? What part of the country you're from? World part of the world you're from? 1943, 45-inch flathead. I built from a basket case. It was bare frame and baskets and boxes of parts, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. Fun little motorcycle to ride. 1943 WLC 45-inch flathead. I love it. Oh, there we go. Mark Thomas, 4716. Hey, my man, good morning. Good morning, Mark. How are you today, man? We're just hanging out in the garage, having some Saturday morning coffee, scrolling motorcycle conversation. How are you doing today, Mark? Hot in Houston. Oh yeah. Are you is it muggy there? Lots of humidity this time of the year yet, or is it not quite early enough in the year for the hot humidity yet? If it's not yet, I'm sure it's coming. uh Here I dropped the saddlebag off the old bike the other day so that can get a clearer view how I built that adjustable sissy bar. So this piece here that's mounted in two places on the axle plate so that it's rigid mounted so it doesn't move. And then that give me a place to mount the ratchet parts. So works pretty awesome. There you can see how it functions. Adjustable backrest. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Mark Thomas, yes. Arden Whitaker, welcome in, my friend. It's a 1943 WLC 45-inch flathead. An old wartime bike, Harley Davidson. Obviously, it's not original. I found it as a basket case and built her into my little chopper with some straight up ape hangers. Mark Thomas, that's cool. Thanks, my friend. Yeah, it's with having done lots of traveling on my old panhead and shovelhead and rigid mount sissy bars and riding down the road and always thinking to myself, how can I make my backrest a little more comfortable? Obviously, I packed my sleeping my sleeping bag here and then my clothes bag on top of it, and that's the way my shovelhead and panhead are. And always thinking to myself, how can I make the backrest a little more comfortable? And then I come up with this idea, well, let's just make it adjustable. So these old levers, manual adjust lever, they're off an old McCormick Deering binder. This piece and the lever. And so I bent this piece by hand in the fire, and that gave me a way to mount this. So I welded this piece of flat bar on on there, and then that gave me a place to mount this old ratchet piece. And it also serves as a function for a pivot point, a mount, and a pivot point for the lever. So squeeze the handle, and then my backrest adjustable. So yeah, works pretty awesome. Works pretty awesome. Some 100+ year old pieces of iron that I found off an old binder out back in a farmer's field. So Arden Whitaker, he says, cool. Thanks, Arden. Where are you from, my friend? And what kind of motorcycle do you ride? Mark Thomas, love that seat. Yeah, my seat, I found them. I was out walking around and I just about tripped in the grass. And the heck, they catch my toe of my boot on. And here's this, whatever, 4 or 5 inch diameter coil springs out of an old Chev car seat. And so I got a whole bunch of them in there and I just all bunched them all together, squeezed them all up, wrapped them up in a piece of leather. And so I got a spring ride seat. Fun stuff. I wasn't sure how well it was going to work, and so I just had a piece of leather at home, so I just wrapped it up in that leather and strapped her on there. Yeah, turns out it's pretty comfortable. How about yourself there, Arden? What kind of motorcycle do you ride? Anybody else new in here just dropped into the live? Welcome in for some Saturday morning coffee, scrolling, hanging out, telling motorcycle tales and stories. Uh, Mark Thomas, I love having stuff no one else has. uh, Absolutely, my friend. That's what it's all about. Let your creative imagination run wild. That's whatever. I don't know if you've been on my channel and seen my 53 panhead that I built the chopper out of. That's the first one. That's the first one that I built the straight up handlebars on. And well, they turn out they're so awesome comfortable that I built a set of straight up bars on my 82 shovel head, and they're just as awesome comfortable. So when I built my old flathead here, I thought, well, she's got to have a set of straight up handlebars on it. And they're pretty awesome comfortable. So yeah, Mark, don't be scared to use your creative imagination and just build it. The whatever criticizing you get, those are just the jealous ones that are scared to try it themselves. So don't ever be scared to try. And if it don't work out, well, you learn something. That don't work. Don't try that again. But go for it. Do it. If you can dream it up, try it. Uh, Mark Thomas, '09 Super Glide. Awesome. 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 Mark Thomas for sure. Fun stuff. Anybody else, if you're just dropping in for some live by the 45 motorcycle conversation, hanging out in the garage for morning coffee, scrolling. uh, Lori Scarfiotti, 9580. She says, love your advice. Yes. Oh, thank you kindly, Lori Scarfiotti. What, drop a comment where you're from and I'll stick a pin in the map for you. I bet you. Oh, I gotta get the little pin box open here. A little pin box. So we got quite a few pins left here yet. So don't be scared. Drop us a comment where you're from, and we'll pin the map for you. I bet you. There we go. How's that? We got you pinned on the map. Mark Thomas says great stuff. Thanks, Mark. When do you have your surgery? Booked in June 11th. booked in for the surgery June 11th, and then I'm looking forward to getting the surgery done. But looking forward to getting the surgery over with, but I'm really not looking forward to the what the surgeon told me. He said you're going to wake up in an arm sling, and you're going to be in an arm sling for 7 to 9 months. So I'm not looking forward to that part of it, but going to be a long, slow process getting through this yet. So not much I can do about it. That's why I'm hanging out. That's why I'm hanging out in the garage beside my motorcycle, doing some live streams, having my morning coffee, because I can't do much of this arm with this muscle all tore apart here. I can do stuff here, but to try and move the top part of my arm out of my shoulder, not very much. I can't do much. Lori says thank you. Gotta run. Irene says hi. Put a pin in for her. Chicago. All right. Well, hello to your friend Noreen and all your friends up there in the big bright lights of Chicago. Absolutely. We'll put a pin right in. Oh yeah. Tell Noreen she's the first pin in the map in Chicago. Oh, there we go. You can see it better that way. There. We'll put a pin in the map in Chicago for Noreen and friends. All right. Thanks for dropping by and have an awesome day. Relaxing music says, I want a beard like yours. I'm working on it. Oh, yeah, that's awesome, my friend. The only thing that's missing, is being out on my old motorcycle and getting some wind in my whiskers. But thanks, my friend. Yeah, that's just quit shaving. Quit shaving, and then it'll grow. Mark Thomas. Oh damn. Yeah, it's I'm not looking for it. Mark, thank you, my friend. Praying for you, bro. Relaxing music. You skipped my comment. No, I got you there. About the beard? I want a beard like yours. I'm working on it. Relaxing music. We got you, my friend. Or unless there's another comment. I think that's the one. How you doing today, my friend? Just hanging out for some Saturday morning hanging out in the garage. Motorcycle time. Anybody, if you I dropped the saddlebag off the old bike yesterday, so that if anybody is curious for a close up of how that adjustable sissy bar is mounted, makes it a little easier to see. Relaxing music. Pin North Little Rock. All right. Little Rock, Arkansas. Beautiful. Beautiful countryside. Kind of on the, well, just south end of the pig trail there. We're not real well detailed map, but it was kind of somewhere roughly there. Is this Little Rock? Or am I too far north? Somewhere, got to be close. uh, fun stuff. Fun stuff. And I'm injured, can't ride my motorcycle. And All-Star Welding Services. Morning, Mr. Cactus Panhead. Flathead. 4 wheels move the soul. 2 bodies. 4 wheels move the body, but 2 wheels move the soul. Absolutely. All-Star Welding, my friend. Welcome in for some Saturday morning hanging out, coffee, scrolling, motorcycle. Share your favorite motorcycle stories, road trips. You guys, All-Star Welding, 2 wheels moving the soul. I hope you guys get a chance to go for a motorcycle ride today. Beautiful sunshiny, warm day wherever you're from, and get out for some motorcycle miles. You're a good man. Relaxing music says you're a good man. Thank you, sir. It's on that highway. Yeah. I was kind of disappointed when I got the big map. It's not real well detailed, but I guess because it's a full world map, but we'll get everybody pinned close to anyways. Everyone have a great day. Love your channel. Well, thank you kindly, Mark. Always love everybody's positive feedback when they both in the comments and since I started doing these live streams. And well, that's what yeah, thank you, Mark. That's what my channel's all about, just being real, not typical social media, I guess. Being real and sit down and hang out in the garage doing some live streams telling motorcycle stories. So are you getting out for a motorcycle ride today, Mark? I hope so. And everybody else that's hanging in here listening, having your morning coffee, motorcycle tales and stories. Yeah. What's your most memorable motorcycle road trip, you guys? Anybody that's listening in? Sure, what kind of motorcycle you riding? What's the most memorable trip that sticks in your mind? Mark Thomas, you're like a neighbor. Thanks, Mark. That's you guys dropping in here for the live stream and sharing your comments is like hanging out in the garage with a bunch of buddies, having fun and talking about motorcycles. Motorcycles are my life, and anybody that I admire anybody that shares the same passion for their motorcycle too. So that's this being injured with this dislocated shoulder has definitely taken its toll on me and not being able to ride. And there's no riding in the upcoming future of this year. If anybody's new in here and hasn't heard, my shoulder's all tore apart and I'm booked in for surgery here in June. Relaxing music. I had a motorcycle and parked it at my dad's house for safekeeping. He gave it away to my aunt's husband. Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. That's no good. And he wouldn't give it back to you? Yeah, no kidding, you were pissed. What kind of motorcycle was it? Rightfully so, you would be. You would be pissed. Anybody new dropping in for some live hanging out beside the 45 Saturday morning coffee scrollers. Drop us a comment where you're from. Mark Thomas, I'll ride a mile for you today, my man. All right, Mark. Thanks, my friend. Much appreciate. And everybody have been asking. I've been asking everybody when you're out on your motorcycles, being I can't ride. When you're out there today, put a mile on, make a mile for me because this being on the injured list and can't do nothing, it's sure no fun for a motorcycle man. So awesome. Thanks, Mark. Awesome. 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 Old 1943 WLC 45-inch flathead. It was a Suzuki or something. That was 30 years ago. Oh, long time, long time ago memories. Relaxing music. And do you currently have another motorcycle now? You're, you sure live in some beautiful, awesome motorcycle riding countryside if you don't. Anybody that's listening in on the live here, if you've ever uh, in the northwest corner of Arkansas, go ride. If you're riding through there, look up the Pig Trail. It's called the Pig Trail, and that's a pretty awesome, beautiful, winding two-laner through the woods. Beautiful road. How about anybody else? Anybody else share some motorcycle stories with us this morning? We're just hanging out for some Saturday morning live. Relaxing music. The Pig Trail is great. Oh, yes, absolutely it is. Amazing. Beautiful, windy, twisty, two-laner. Beautiful road. This seems to me that's a pretty interesting story of how it got the name Pig Trail. I forget it now, but if it's do you relaxing music? Do you know how they what's the story of how the Pig Trail got its name? I forget. Something about something about pigs anyways. They used to chase pigs, or that was the shortest way to chase pigs to market, maybe. Anyway, I can't remember. Am I right? Carson Beatley. I'm working on old dirt bike. Do you know if bad spark plug cause popping? It certainly can, yeah. It certainly could. Is it? Yeah. Just, I mean, for the cost of a spark plug on a wire, if it's old, just put a new one on, and then the popping. Does it pop all the time, or is it just at idle, Carson? It's yeah, it's either spark or fuel, one of the two, Carson. Relaxing music. If you get car sick, don't take that. Oh yeah, uh, yeah, for sure. It's a awesome, windy, twisty little two-laner through the mountains and the woods. Beautiful ride on a motorcycle, anyways. Never done it on a car, but pops when trying to start. Yeah. And does it start or does it just pop? Maybe it's the timing too, a timing issue, like backfires. Yeah, I don't know, and it'll start up sometimes. I'm not enough. That's a two-stroke, Carson. It's a two-stroke. I'm not a real. I don't have much experience with two strokes, other than a chainsaw. There's, yeah, Carson. I don't have much experience with two strokes, my friend, and or I'm not a mechanic either. There's several times there's guys that stop in here that are mechanics and have lots of experience and can probably answer your question better, Carson. Does there happen to be any of those guys listening in here this morning? Can help her friend Carson out? Check the wires. They may be crossed. Can that also be caused by intake leak? How old of how old a bike is it? Was it running good before and just started doing that, Carson? Yeah, that's the easy place to start, Carson. Start with a spark plug, and when it comes right down to it, it takes three things to make them run: air, spark, and fuel. Right? So that's and the spark plug and the spark plug wire. Those are easy, reasonably cheap prices to replace. Yes, it was running okay. Yeah, exactly. There, Carson, you see relaxing music's comment there. Check the easiest first. Then, yeah, like the spark plug and the wire are cheap enough, simple replacement parts to start there. And if that don't do it, then, well, like I said, I'm not a mechanic, but and I don't have much experience two stroke wise. Check the and then I'll do that. Will an intake can an intake leak cause that too? Relaxing music? Will an intake leak, can that cause a popping? Or does that just, I know I know it'll make them run lean, but relaxing music, swap the plugs. And if it still does the same thing, it's the plugs. Yeah. There's, like you said, if, uh, if anybody else is reading through the comments in the live here and can help our young friend Carson get two-stroke problems. Relaxing you. So, oh, I read that one. Doesn't cost anything. Yeah. The cheap, simple, easy stuff to monkey with first. There, Carson. Is it a single cylinder or twin cylinder? How about anybody new just dropping by the live? Carson says, I do have some spare plugs laying around. It's a single cylinder. Yeah, start there, change the spark plug, and then whatever, if you've got another spark plug wire, try changing it too and see if it still does it. Anybody else scrolling along and listening in on the live here got any advice? Sharon, help our young fella friend Carson here. He's got a two-stroke issue. Scrape the plugs and get them clean. That doesn't cost anything either. Yeah. The simple easy checks first, right? Pretty quiet Saturday morning live crowd hanging out, drinking coffee. Welcome in to share your motorcycle stories. What's your favorite motorcycle memory? Road trip? We're just hanging out by the live. If anybody in here, I dropped the saddlebag off the bike yesterday, so you can see a close up of how I mounted and made that adjustable sissy bar function. So down here on the axle plate, I mounted in two places. This piece that I made on the fire, and then that gave me a mounting point and a pivot point for that adjustable sissy bar. So it works pretty awesome and pretty simple function. Squeeze the lever, adjustable backrest. Makes for pretty awesome comfort to ride all day long, being able to adjust your pack. Relaxing music. You may have a situation where you're running rich and it's building carbon on the plugs. Dial down the carb. There's yeah, there's a million different possibilities, but if you yeah, like relaxing music said, change the plug and change the wire. Simple stuff to start with, Carson. I don't know if anybody new just drop into the live here this morning. Welcome in and share some hanging out in the garage motorcycle coffee conversation with some straight up handlebars. Awesome, awesome, comfortable. How about you guys? What kind of motorcycles do you ride? Anybody just dropped into the live here? Drop us a comment where you're from and what kind of motorcycle you ride. And where you're from. And are you getting out on your motorcycle and going for a ride today? I sure hope so. Being I'm on the injured list and can't ride my old motorcycle, here I am hanging out in the garage, just doing some live stream, telling motorcycle tales and stories. Relaxing music. This is old guy car advice. It works for motorcycles too. All right. That's awesome. Relaxing music. Always appreciate everybody that joins in on the live and shares their skills and knowledge. That's the awesome part that I really love about this is some question and answer of hanging out in the garage, helping one another. Kind of the old school way, relaxing music. Much appreciated. Mitchell, RQ4JM. Good morning, buddy. How are you? He says, how you doing there this morning? It's Kevin. How are you? Good to be back to see you. Absolutely, my friend. Cheers for some hanging out in the garage, motorcycle, telling tales and stories. I'm doing all right, Mitchell. Other than I'm just well, here I am. This is my motorcycle life this summer. Unfortunately, waiting on this. Get the surgery done on this. I'm looking forward to getting that done and over, but I'm not looking forward to the 7 9 months in a arm sling. It's going to be a long, slow process. So, but other than that, I'm doing good. How about you? How about you there, Kevin? Getting out for hopefully a nice, beautiful, sunny Saturday morning for some motorcycle miles. How about anybody else? Anybody else new in here? Dropped by for some morning coffee, scrolling, hanging out in the garage, motorcycle conversation. Uh, I pulled the saddlebag off the old bike yesterday there, so that somebody was asking, they wanted to see more of this adjustable sissy bar that I built there, Kevin. So I pulled the saddlebag off so it's easier to see. This is the piece I made. Bent this piece in the fire, and then so I'm bolted on. I'm mounted solid on the axle plate. Gives me a pivot and mounting point for that adjustable lever. And then the function of it, squeeze that handle. a little easier to see the function of it there with the saddlebag off, or you can see the whole works of it, I guess. Yeah, fun stuff. Fun stuff. Be creative and do something do something different. Kevin, I just recently did that '06 Fat Boy with 10,000 miles. It turned from the old looking to brand new again. It's finally up and running. I had to do everything in the tank, a lot of things, tires and all. I got the '06 Fat Boy done. Had to redo everything on it. Oh, yeah. Lots of grudge, tinkering time. Good to hear you got her all done, Kevin, and up and running, my friend. That's awesome. I I certainly wish I was doing the same, but unfortunately, as you can see underneath, the old 45, she hasn't been running for, oh, I don't know, for months. So she's sumped right full. The cases are sumped right full of oil. And she's sitting here dripping, 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 unfortunately. No motorcycle miles for me. Oh my gosh, relaxing music, my friend. Wow. Thank you kindly, sir. Relaxing music. $50. Hope that go. Wow. Thank you kindly, my friend. We're just I always appreciate you dropping in here, everybody. Everybody that drops in here and shares some hanging out in the garage motorcycle time. Much appreciated. And you guys are all keeping my motorcycle spirit alive by dropping in here and sharing some live time with me. So, relaxing music. Thank you kindly, my friend. I did it for a friend of mine, Mitchell. I did it for a friend of mine, Fat Boy, when I saved him a ton of money to get better than going to Harley Davidson would have cost about 3,500. Well, I hope I'm here to see you get up and running again once you get your shoulder healed and back on the road making some videos. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Kevin. Much appreciated, and relaxing music. Like I said, everybody, I much appreciate y'all stopping in here, sharing motorcycle stories and your passion for them for some morning coffee scrolling is uh, as I can't ride my motorcycle. It's so frustrating. And I've anything that I've been posting lately, I've just been scrolling through old videos and whatnot and trying to pick out some fun stuff to post. And yeah, it's 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 frustrating times being a motorcycle man and being injured all due to some stupid distracted driver that, unfortunately, anybody new just dropping into the live here, I'm on the injured list with was a dislocated shoulder, and unfortunately I got a long ways to go yet. I'm booked in for surgery coming up in June to go and get my shoulder put back together. So there's no motorcycle miles for me anytime soon. Relaxing music. You're welcome. I appreciate the calmness of the live stream. There's so many people screaming on YouTube. Oh, you know what? Relaxing music. That's why my entire channel is all the videos I post are the way they are. It's social media. I don't have the patience for it. I don't spend any time watching. If it's not motorcycle, I don't watch it because I can't stand the nonsense of it. And yeah, much appreciate you sharing that relaxing music. Awesome, my friend. And ETC, welcome in, my friend. Welcome for some Saturday morning hanging out. Are you having your morning coffee there, ETC? Or I believe, yes, many people screaming that are crazy on YouTube. Oh, yeah, we're ETC. Welcome in for some motorcycle conversation. We're not, um, we're not. This is a motorcycle channel, not political. Not we don't talk politics on here. Some old school, awesome flathead motorcycles. You ever ride one of those? ETC. You ever ride an old motorcycle or a foot clutch tank shift? Uh, Kyle Busch died. You still ride that junk from the 60s? Uh, Actually, well, I've only got one. I've only got one from the 60s there, Kyle Busch. What do you ride? Yeah, I've got one. I got one from the 60s. This one's from the 40s. Awesome old school there, Kyle Busch. You ever ride one of these? This one's from the 40s. And pretty awesome, sweet, awesome, cool little motorcycle. I love it, my friend. ETC. Oh, yeah. ETC. You ever ride one of these? You ever ride an old flathead? User 8 Winds Change. Well, good morning, my friend. Welcome in for some hanging out in the garage, live beside the 45, my friend. How are you doing today? Kevin Mitchell's his name, or his YouTube handle, but Kevin. That's what I love about your channel. None of that nonsense. It's straight up what we love doing, and all the other garbage who cares about. We just love to do what we do. Absolutely, my friend. That's why that's why my channel is motorcycle content only. And social media, if there isn't a motorcycle in the picture or on the front of the video, whatever you call it, if there isn't a motorcycle on it, I don't click on it. It's that simple. That's the only thing I'm on social media for is motorcycle content. Uh, how brush must ride a bicycle. You don't know about old school bikes. You probably can't ride them. I don't even have to start. Right. Yeah, that's that's exactly. I don't have the patience for social media. I don't watch social media. Because if it's not motorcycle content, another it, it don't matter to me what kind of motorcycle. Everybody everybody that It's two wheels and freedom. It doesn't matter the name badge on the side of the tank. Look at the name on this one. It's two wheels and freedom in the wind is what why I'm on social media. I'm actually fairly new on social media, and that's if anybody that's been on my channel and seen what kind of a mess it is. That's why, because I was never on social media before, and a friend of mine, I got caught leaving a gas station in 2022 on my 53 panhead chopper, and I got put on social media. So that's how this adventure started. But other than that, previous to that, I never used to, and it was never on social media. So, how about you, ETC? How about you, my friend? Are you a motorcycle man? You ever ride an old flathead? An old flathead with a rocker foot clutch? ETC? You ever ride with one of those? A rocker foot clutch and a tank shift? Original old shifter gate on the tank? Pretty awesome, fun old motorcycles. Kevin, showing that related, I do the same thing with the videos. It ain't got that on it, but the motorcycle content stuff, I just keep patrolling. I don't even bother. Exactly, my friend. ETC. ETC, you ever function one of these? Do you know what the rocker foot clutch is there? ETC? Rocker foot clutch, tank shift, flathead, motorcycle. ETC. I ride bicycles at 54. Not a hater of bikers. Awesome. Awesome. Relaxing music. It's all about freedom in the wind. Two wheels. Two wheels and freedom in the wind, my friend. And then hanging out, hanging out, doing some live stream in the garage, talking motorcycles. Absolutely. Two wheels and freedom, relaxing music. That's our our friend here, ETC. I think he's a motorcycle man, but he drops in quite often. He's not answering me this morning. If ETC, I've been riding my whole life. Oh, that's awesome, my friend. What kind of motorcycle are you riding? You ever ride an old flathead, ETC? Mine's a 45. I'd love to find an old big inch flathead. That's awesome, my friend. You've been riding your whole life. What do you ride with a foot clutch? There, ETC. Or do you? Or have you? What's your old motorcycle in your collection you're riding currently? ETC. We love motorcycles. We love motorcycles. Anybody is dropping in here? Kevin says you got to tell them it's motorcycle therapy when you ride, baby. That's what it exactly. Motorcycle therapy. Freedom in the wind. Freedom in the wind, Kevin. ETC says, what's up with that relaxing music? Ah, relaxing music or here, ETC, I'll show you. I gotta go around the other side. 45-inch flathead. Breathing through straight drag pipes. Oops, there we go. Breathing through straight drag pipes. That's relaxing music. How about you, ETC? You run play relaxing music out of your old straight pipes on your flathead? Uh, where are we? Hang on, I can't keep up to your comments here. Oh yeah, relaxing music. There we are. Found you. Oh, okay. Yeah, of course. Abate. They've been around for a long time. ETC. And everything is politics, and you will find out soon enough. My fondest memories are writing, writing to the beach. My girlfriend, Ocean City, Maryland, and also riding that Harley Davidson around Grateful Dead parking lots when Jerry was still alive. Also going to Rolling Thunder every year until it stopped a couple of years ago. I'll bet that sounds awesome. Absolutely relaxing music. She's a sweet, awesome, sweet, awesome, crispy sounding little motor. I love it. I love it, my friend. ETC riding. Not one of my bikes ever had a windshield. I've never worn a full face helmet in my life and never will. I've never ridden anything newer than an Evolution motor. Well, that's awesome, my friend. How about you ever ride an old flathead ETC? Pretty awesome, cool little motorcycle. Well, how about a foot clutch? You ever function one of those ETC? Kevin, that's the best music you can get. Your ear is hearing the wind and listen to the sound that my pipes when you change them gearing sounds beautiful just riding away. Oh yeah. And riding in those in the deep canyon along the wall. You hear them echoing off the canyon walls, climbing a hill. I love it. ETC says I used to wear earphones and I had a Walkman. That's how old I am and had a tape in it back when it was illegal to do so. Well, that's awesome, my friend. That's the old collector days of the cassette tapes. Awesome, awesome. It's fun to listen to rock music while you ride through earphones. Right on. It's fun. That's why it's illegal. kind of like riding without a helmet. I never have. I don't listen. I love listening to my motorcycle, etc. So I don't listen to music. I don't have a radio on my, I don't have a radio on my old motorcycle or any of the other ones either. I love listening to my motorcycle. So that's the music. The music that I play. Relaxing music says you can't beat the rumble and shake of a cammed out 454. Oh, uh, as they say, no replacement for displacement. And then you put a cam in it to give it some lumpy humpy bumbles. Absolutely relaxing music. but of but of course, what they seem to make mandatory. Oh my. We're back to we're back to the political. We're still on the motorcycle channel here, etc. We're riding foot clutches and tank shifts and all that custom built chopper stuff, etc. Motorcycles, motorcycle. Show us your foot clutch tank shift, etc. I never had a radio on any of my bikes. I just listen. I just said I listen to music from a Walkman. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. I don't have one of those either. Love listening to my old motorcycle there, etc. That's why I ride a bunch of old stuff. Do you ride an old motorcycle, etc.? What kind of motorcycle do you ride? And how's are you going for a motorcycle ride this morning? Or, well, it's 9 years, somewhere East Coast-ish somewhere. Yeah. Heading out to the beach on the Mo and the old chopper for some beachside lunch there, etc. Motorcycle. Anybody welcome in for some live stream here? If you just got here and hadn't seen, you scrolling through some 45 live, and I dropped the saddlebag off the side of the bike here the other day, so that I can show you a good side mount of how I mounted that adjustable sissy bar, so it's not hidden in behind the bag. So you can kind of get an idea and see how I built it and the function of it. Fun stuff. Crappie hunters, hope you have a great day, Cactus. Can't wait to see you crossing both countries again, bud. Ah, thank you kindly, crappie hunters, my friend. I I met this unfortunate hanging out in the garage for morning coffee, doing live streams instead of riding my motorcycle waiting for surgery. So I'm looking forward to getting the surgery done and over with, but the 7 to 9 months in a sling I'm not really looking forward to. So I got no choice. ATC beachside lunch. All right. Cool. Where's the beachside lunch today, ATC? I haven't done it's been a few years since I've done an East Coast run. I've been thinking about making another East Coast adventure trip. but it's on delay momentarily. Relaxing music. That was impressive. Oh, thank you kindly, my friend. Crappy hunters, hanging out and healing up is better than running and hurting yourself. Yeah, no kidding. Unfortunately, that's what I did with physical therapy and completely tore my shoulder apart. Kevin says, you still pinning anybody up there in the calendar over there? Yes, absolutely, I am. But this morning, Saturday morning's live is still kind of slow here. There hasn't, well, I put a couple pins in this morning, but I got, we're getting, we're getting some, that, Canada's pretty slow. Canada and Alaska, there's no YouTubers there, but we're getting there. We're getting filled up on the map. And then as well, we've got a few from the UK, Ireland. Yeah, we're getting some nice scatter of all over the place. Slovakia, Poland, Germany, France, Belgium, Holland, Norway, Finland. Yeah, it's just fun stuff. A couple guys from Russia, a couple guys from India. There was a couple chaps in the other day from Indonesia, Australia, New Zealand, Tasmania. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It gives me something fun to do and keep a smile on my face while I'm injured and can't ride my motorcycle. Uh, where are we here? Crappy Hunters. Have you talked to Mickey since his TBI? No, I haven't. Put a pin in Northeast Oklahoma. Absolutely. We're not a real well detailed map here, but Northeast Oklahoma for me. Tulsa area. All right. The awesome, beautiful state of Oklahoma. How about we just put you on the northeast corner of the Tulsa dot there, Crappy Hunters. There we go. How about anybody else? Anybody else drop in here and we don't have a pin in the map for you. Drop me a comment where you are and we'll put a pin in the map for you. ETC. I went on so many toy runs. That's awesome. Relaxing music has blocked me. That's what engaged in censorship. Relaxing music says Crappy Hunters. I was born in Tulsa. All right. Well, we got you pinned. We got Tulsa pinned on the map. That's awesome. I still have the bobbed out Kawasaki too. Right on. Awesome, awesome. You bet, Crappy Hunters. Some beautiful countryside through Oklahoma. Or the parts that I've rode through certainly is, anyways. Relaxing. I love this part of the state. Absolutely. ETC, a friend of mine was from Indonesia. I joked to him that I smoked weed, and he said in his country of Indonesia, they would execute people for smoking. Different laws in different parts of the world, right, ETC? That's the way it is. New Hampshire, New, New Hampshire red blood. Good morning, my friend. Welcome in for hanging out for some live by the 45 motorcycle conversation. All right. Did we, were you in here the other morning there, New Hampshire, and we stuck a pin in the map? Were you? I can't remember. We've got a couple of chaps in here from New Hampshire, but there we go. Crappy Hunters. I'm going to jump on a screen name you may recognize. Okay. Yeah, that's the fun thing about being on here. There can be all kinds of people on here and you not know who they are because we all got this booby trap name. ETC, did you know that Oklahoma has the largest man-made lake in the United States? It is known as Lake Eufaula, Oklahoma. Wow, that's cool. How how did it wind up being a man-made lake, ETC? Crappie is one of the fish in Lake Eufaula my granddad and I used to fish for. Cool. Have you, Kevin says, have you got anything up, down at map for Orange County, New York? Well, my this big map that I got, Kevin, it's not very well detailed to be able to even identify where Orange County is in New York. But well, and we're getting right around New York, we're getting clustered and full up there, but we we're we got a we got a busy place here around New York, so we'll put a pin in the map there for you. Relaxing music. I love Arkansas. The hiking and biking are the best. But I've been to the Riverside Park twice, and it is wonderful. Oh yeah, that's some beautiful countryside. I've rode the Pig Trail before, and then I've been through there several times, but I obviously don't know the countryside as well as you do. But ETC, ETV, no motorcycles. This is motorcycle channel, motorcycle hanging out in the garage for some live ETC. Behind the headlight. Well, there we go. I recognize that name. Behind the headlight. How you doing, my friend? Welcome in. Welcome in, hanging out for some live Saturday morning coffee scrolling behind the headlight. No wonder you're sneaking up on me, hiding behind that hidden name you got there. Fun stuff. Behind the headlight says all lakes in Oklahoma are man-made except for Oxbow Lakes, where the river channel changed and left a lake in its place. ETC is ETC. He's still talking about his motorcycle, but he won't tell us what kind of motorcycle he rides. Kevin, I got to let my friend know that I did his '06 Harley Fat Boy, the one I rebuilt for him. I got to have him get it on your channel too. His name is Mike. That's awesome, my friend. Awesome, awesome, Kevin. Behind the headlight. Yeah. Behind the headlight. Thanks, my friend. This is motorcycle channel. Motorcycle channel with a happy smile on our face and love and share the passion for motorcycle life. That's uh, that's what social media. That's why I do social media. It puts a smile on my face. I'm not on social media for no drama, none of that. So that's what she's all about, my friend. So yeah, behind the headlight. Thanks, my friend. Relaxing music. Ocheta Lake in Arkansas is its own archipelago. What does that mean, relaxing music? Behind the headlight, doing excellent. That's awesome to hear, my friend. I I'm unfortunately, well, I'm doing good too. Other this shoulder's not doing so good, but we're booked in for surgery. This the whole muscle in the front of our shoulder here, where it goes up and out and ties into your arm, I got it completely tore off the bone. So we're booked in for surgery to go get that sewed back together. And the surgeon tells me, he said, you're going to be 7 to 9 months in a sling, and then start physical therapy again. So I got a long ways ahead of me yet, unfortunately. ETC, I just got a physical at 60 last month and everything is optimum. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome, ETC. Good news. But thanks for the advice. Yeah, DTC. This this is a motorcycle channel. We don't. This is share your motorcycle story, your leaking oil story, your open belt, dry clutch. Motorcycle channel, mister. Welcome in. I make fishing, hunting content over here, so I don't get on this name much. Oh, well, that's cool. Cause yeah, you're definitely a motorcycle man under the behind the headlight. Uh, I believe the state is Oregon. Huh. Yeah, both wings are part of the same bird. Yeah, that's that's a good one. I never heard it put that way before. Uh, Absolutely behind the headlight. All right, you guys keep the banter going for a couple minutes here. I gotta there. You guys keep the banter going for a couple minutes here. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, folks. Regular program schedule starts now. Sorry about leaving you hanging there, but I'm back. What did I miss? How far do I got to scroll back here? Yeah, I like that. Both wings are part of the same bird. That's pretty awesome. Uh, yeah. Argument context. It's blah blah blah. One of the favorite arguments. Absolutely. This all there's the way I see it. There's the world is so full of all the political nonsense every day that it never goes away. And so I know that. We all know that. Do I need to live with that? No. These put a smile on my face. My old motorcycles. Can you imagine riding a 1943 WLC 45-inch flathead from Saskatchewan to California? Stop and think about that. And foot clutch, 3-speed transmission. And how can it not put a smile on your face? That's what motorcycles, that's what they are to me. And that's why I do this. That's why I started social media. I don't watch social media. I scroll through my channel. That's all that's on my channel is motorcycle content. And everything with a happy, positive smile on my face because motorcycles make me happy. That's why I ride motorcycles. That's why I have a collection of motorcycles. Motorcycles make me happy. And I hope they do the same for you. Uh, Behind the headlight. I need to take the carb off that Kawasaki. Go and clean it. I'm just nervous because the rubber diaphragm could very well break. Oh yeah. Um, somewhere along the way behind the headlight, somebody was telling me there's something that you can on them old rubber diaphragms. There's something that you can spray on them before you mess or before you try moving them to help to try to revitalize the rubber. I can't remember where I heard that. Google that. Google it first and see if there's some kind of spray or something that you can. I don't know if it. I don't know if it'll work or not, or if it'll help, but it might be worth checking into. ETC because I'm not going to coexist with you. I hope you can coexist with your motorcycle, ETC. Behind the headlight. Okay, yeah. Do your thing, old man yelling at the clouds. LOL. Yeah, that's me. Never mind what I'm saying. It's just yelling at. Yelling at clouds. Yeah, okay. An archipelago is a landmass surrounded by water. Your pronunciation leaves a lot to be desired, cactus. Okay. I, yeah, sorry about that, ETC. Uh, any help is Always much appreciated. When I go out riding or whatever I'm doing, if I need to use a public bathroom, I don't require tampons. You know. Uh, what what kind of motorcycle do you ride? We're still on the motorcycle channel here, ETC. Go if that's all you're required to listen to. I'm pretty sure you can find a news channel or a channel that 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 carries on the performance that you're looking for. You're still on the motorcycle here, channel ETC. Yeah. That's DTC. So I'm just scrolling through the comments, reading here, you guys. That's that's awesome to hear you're in good shape at 60 years old. They're ETC. Good news. Oh dear. Hertzwell 77. He says Cactus is a living legend. Oh, Hertzwell. Thanks, my friend. I'm just a I'm just a motorcycle man, and unfortunately on the injured list from a stupid distracted driver. So I'm hanging out hanging out in the garage doing some live stream and sharing motorcycle stories with you guys, being I'm injured and can't ride. So that's about as far as the legend's going to get this year. Hanging out in the garage doing some live stream. I I pulled the saddlebag off the old bike here the other day so that I can get quite a few inquiries and questions. How did I build that adjustable sissy bar? So I don't know if you've seen the picture. This is the piece that I made in the fire in my backyard. Heated the iron and I bent it by hand in the fire. Yeah, fun stuff. Make a little handmade piece for your old motorcycle, and then so I welded a little plate on there so that I could mount on the axle plates in two places to give me a good rigid frame mount to mount this adjustable sissy bar. So this here's the mount and the pivot for the lever, and then give me a place to mount that piece of flat bar in there, weld it on there so that I could bolt that ratchet piece on there. And then you can, without saddlebag on there, you can uh, squeeze the lever. You can see how that lever functions in there without the saddlebag in the way. Yeah, it works pretty awesome being able to adjustable backrest on the old chopper. Fun stuff, goofing around to build some one of a kind. ETC, and you got it. Absolutely, my friend. I got it. Took a little thinking and figuring out, but took a little couch time and a couple of cold one's doodling, doodling, drawing pictures, but we managed to get her figured out. It functions. It functions quite well with some awesome 100-year-old iron. Thanks to McCormick Deering and Ancient Engineering. ETC, I didn't. I'm 60 years old and in perfect health. That's awesome, my friend. Hertzwell 77. They make me happy too, Cactus. That's awesome, my friend. I love it. I love it. I love to hear that everybody shares, or a lot of us share the same passion for our motorcycles and to get out and ride two wheels and freedom in the wind. ETC, you say that I need to take my, oh, sorry about that, folks. Kevin, try a silicone spray on the rubber. Yeah, there's before you monkey with them rubbers. Yeah, there's Mitchell RQ4JM says try a silicone spray. I know somewhere before I heard that before you monkey with that those kind of rubber diaphragms to put some spray on them to revitalize the rubber before so you don't crack them. Yeah, there's like a conditioner I can get, but it's nearly the same cost as the Japanese rebuild kit. Oh yeah. ETC, I would never advocate Medicaid. Oh. Yeah, exactly. Hertzwell motorcycle channel. uh, Aaron's clean 2 and clean 2nd gen. Ah, got you, my friend. Thanks, Aaron. Yeah, fun stuff. I built her from a basket case. Started with a bare frame and built her into my own little creation of a 1943 flathead chopper. Started with basket cases, bare frame, and baskets and boxes of parts, and a bit of straight up handlebars. I put a 6/over stock length Springer front end on it, just so I could color my chopper. The neck's not cut, the original frame, so I refuse to cut the neck on an original frame. 1943 45-inch flathead. Awesome, fun little motorcycle. I don't know if you've I like doing some one of a kind stuff, so my 1953 panhead chopper, that's the first one I built. I don't know if you've seen it on my channel or not. That's the first one I built. Some straight up wild handlebars, and well, they turn out they're so awesome comfortable. It's like, okay, well, let's carry on. So I built a set of straight up handlebars for my 82 shovel head, and then I did the same for my old flathead. Fun to do some creative tinkering time. And then I don't know if you've seen this, if you were on earlier and seen this here, that's my adjustable sissy bar, so I can change the position of my backrest. My sleeping bag and clothes bag all packs in here behind me, becoming my backrest, and then I found these old levers and the ratchet piece off an old McCormick uh, binder. Squeeze the handle up here, and then I can adjust the position of my backrest. So it makes for pretty awesome, comfortable, and change your seating position throughout the day. Well, don't be a kook. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing your 60-year-old physical and you're in optimum health there, ETC. Must mean you'll be able to go for a motorcycle ride. Awesome. Yeah. Typical behind the headlight. So many guys are social media. That's what it is for them. But it's not for me. Social media is motorcycles and awesome motorcycle people. See clearly. Your ATC says he's healthy at 60. That's awesome, my friend. Brad Pitbull. Good morning, my friend. He says, morning, Freedom Riders. Absolutely. Welcome in there, Pitbull, for some hanging out Saturday morning coffee motorcycle conversation. What are you doing today, Brad? Are you going for some motorcycle miles this morning? There he is. Good morning, Eric. User SH5DY5TR9D. Good morning, my friend. How are you today? He says, where am I? I don't know where you are, but hopefully you're out on a motorcycle road trip, camping, fishing. Are you fishing today? Out dropping a hook in the pond? ETC, what good is a motorcycle if you're too unhealthy to ride it? Ask Cactus. He knows about that. Absolutely, ETC. I'm healthy as a horse, but I got a shoulder that's tore apart because of some stupid distracted driver. Uh, Alyssa Taylor, B5W2Z, welcome in. Alyssa, hanging out for some Saturday morning coffee, scrolling motorcycle conversation. How are you doing today, Alyssa? Where are you from? And where are you from? And we'll stick a pin in the map for you, whatever part of the planet you live. Where are you from and what kind of motorcycle you ride? Chris O.G. Hi, just chilling here. Well, welcome in. Everybody's welcome in to come and share some motorcycle stories and have your morning coffee. Uh, bees. Oh boy, you got quite the mouthful of YouTube handle there. Bees. Bees had a base god. Sorry, I mess your YouTube handle up there, my friend, but welcome in. He says, I'm a grown man living at grandma's house, but she won't let me bring a bike to the house. What should I do? Oh dear. I guess you I guess you have to, maybe you have to cook and make grandma tea and soften her up a little bit, and then she'll let you bring one in the in the living room there. Bees. I don't know what else to tell you. Alessa Taylor, an absolute legend of World War II military history. A 1943-45 cubic inch side valves are located in the engine block rather than the cylinder head. Love the Iron Horse. Oh, absolutely. Alyssa, the awesome old side valve. Anybody that, if you're not familiar with the old 45s, Alyssa knows. She knows very well the side valves. So that's why they're an old flathead. The valves and the springs are all in the cylinders. So there's no, the heads are just flat. Pretty simple, awesome running little motor. Alyssa, how do you, have you got an old flathead? Or somebody taught you some history of them? That's awesome. Awesome, awesome, Alyssa. ETC, so it's not two wings of the same bird, complete. Somebody, yeah. ETC, show us a picture of your old motorcycle, my friend. Behind the headlight, Anywave Cactus. I've got to get some work done today. Maybe I'll catch up with a little later. My brother from another mother. All right, behind the headlight. Awesome, my friend. Thanks for dropping in for some morning live beside the 45 for some morning coffee and get on with your day. And I hope you get out and get a few motorcycle miles on today and make a couple miles for me too, being as I'm injured. And well, here's my motorcycle life for the upcoming oncoming year. So yeah, awesome behind the headlight. Good to see you, my friend, and take care. Kevin, I'll send my phone number to you if you want, and this way I can send you pictures of the bike. You could do texting, and this way you can put them up on the thing for motorcycle content. All right, the that's the one thing about YouTube. There's no private message thing to send. It it's around the globe when you everything that you put on YouTube. There's no private chat thing, or you can send it on Facebook or Instagram too. I've got a channel on there. I don't spend as much time on there, but ETC, what's up with that? Oh, but we don't talk politics. Everything is politics. Oh my. Behind the headlight, silicone spray may work, but the wrong things, lol. Doesn't take any courage to ride around on a motorcycle. I've done it my entire life. It does take courage to stand up. Absolutely, my friend. Awesome old motorcycle channel. ETC. It's not safe, you know. Behind the headlight, you still have that tractor seat, right, Cactus? Yes, sir, I do. That's on my shovel head. That's uh, that's a pretty awesome, comfortable seat. It's off that particular one on my shovel head. That's off an old John Deere. And if anybody that's never sat on one, the way they're form fitted, they're awesome, comfortable to sit on. So, oh dear, ETC. We're still on a motorcycle here, channel. What kind of motorcycle do you ride, ETC? If you rode motorcycle your whole life, share your motorcycle stories. Have you uh, have you ever packed up and gone for a cross country road trip? Behind the light, behind the headlight, way more comfortable than mine. LOL. I did push my bars forward so I can lean into the bike a little more. Oh yeah, handlebars are handlebars are so important for your shoulders and arm comfort. That's why all of my motorcycles, I got ape hangers on all of them. As I've said it behind the headlight, as I've said it for years, my handlebars reach for me. I don't reach for them. So I got ape hangers on everything that I own, except for my 1963 FLH. I refuse to cut the bars on it because they're original bars with the internal helix throttle. So that one's got original bars, but other than that, everything else got ape hangers on it. Uh, ATC. It's, oh yeah, it would. ETC. We talk politics all the time. Not a problem, but not on here. This is a motorcycle channel. This is motorcycle content only. And if you don't believe me, scroll through the channel. You can look through all the playlists. You can look through all the shorts, all the videos. Look through everything on my channel. It's motorcycles. That's what this channel's about. And it's not about politics. There's uh there's lots of other places in the world where you can do that. Turn the news channel on, or I'm sure you can look it up on YouTube and find all kinds of politics conversation you're looking for. Not here. This is motorcycle only content channel. So cheers to that, my friend. What kind of motorcycle do you ride? This is one of mine. You ever set, you know what those are? ETC? You ever seen those before? They live right underneath there. Somebody was mentioning the other day, oh, that one's got no computer system in it. So I popped the cap off. That's the dust cap that goes on there that covers, you know what those are, ETC? They're part of the motorcycle. Uh, doesn't matter if they ride a motorcycle or not. Mike Today, good morning, my friend. Welcome in for some morning live by the 45, sharing some motorcycles, more motorcycle stories. Brad Pitbull, I'm on cacao powder instead of coffee. Oh yeah, that's supposed to be good stuff for you. My sweetheart has got us on that. We have a drink of that before we go to bed. Supposed to be super healthy, good stuff for you. Behind the headlight, says, "Hey Mike, how is it?" Awesome, awesome. JF72J9R. I have a Honda Super Club. I'm going to ride today. Awesome, my friend. Where are you going for a ride? Have we got a map, pin in the map for you there? Drop a comment where you're from. Brad Pitbull, cleaner, no jitters. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I sometimes get maybe a shot too much coffee, and it's tend to get a little that way. ETC says it's like when oh, we're still on that. ETC says WTF 45-inch flathead runs points. ETC, that's the WTF. And then you talk about freedom and don't realize how fragile your freedom is. Oh, absolutely. Brad Pitbull, I'm working on the sanctuary in my backyard today. It's nice. Oh, that's awesome. Mike Today says, let's talk motorcycles. You know, the TT is starting this week. I'm looking forward to it. Who's your favorite riders? I them guys, hats off to all of them. Mike Today. I don't whatever, I watch lots of it, but I don't really pay that much attention as per individual rider. I admire those motorcycles and the guys that ride them. The skills that they have is just outstanding. Outstanding. How about you, Mike? Do you got a favorite that you follow all the time? Brad Pitbull. I loved my electric pit bike since I dropped the foot pegs 2 inches. Big on little bike needs more leg room. I hear you. Makes a world of difference. My first mod. Cool. I got one of them little Coleman mini bikes, so I hear you what you're saying about being cramped up on a little bike. That's why on all my bikes well, I got one that I got foot pegs on, but most of the rest of them I got footboards to give you a little more room to move your feet around and stretch your legs out. It took some time, but cost under $20. Awesome. Yeah, like Isle of Man, TTs. Aren't those guys awesome behind the headlight? Those guys that run them, well, both the Isle of Man and MotoGP. Man, oh man, both the motorcycles and the guys that ride them. Outstanding, outstanding talents and skills those guys have. I'd like to go watch the King of the Baggers at Laguna. Yeah, them guys are pretty amazing too. And I don't get too political, but it's a good thing for the person who had insurance that hit you and isn't an illegal alien. they uh, they carried the minimum insurance, but whatever. I can't bring any of that up. We're right in the middle of the heated insurance thing there, etc. So it's yeah, it's got nothing to do with any political party or nothing. It's totally distracted driver that caused that one, etc. Uh, yeah, they believe in choice when it comes to oh my. What about motorcycles, etc? Do you ride a motorcycle? Sorry, you guys. I'm not. I'm just looking for motorcycle comments through the string here. ETC. Aaron Cup, 3855. Morning, my friend. Hope all is well, brother. Oh, welcome in for some Saturday morning coffee, motorcycles, scrolling conversation, Aaron. All is well. Had hanging out, doing the live beside the 45, visiting with you guys as the shoulder's not very good shape, so I'm waiting for surgery, and that's about all I'm doing. Full-time couch potato, waiting for the surgeon's office. ETC says, wow, the way you take what I say out of context and only read some of the comments to do so is not cool. Absolutely, my friend. How many, I think you've probably heard me say this is a motorcycle channel. We talk about motorcycles here. If you want, uh, if you want a political channel, I'm pretty sure you could just Google that or do a search on your YouTube search page, and they'll bring all kinds of that kind of stuff up for you. This is a motorcycle channel. If you don't believe me, scroll through it, watch some of the videos. You'll see it's a motorcycle content only channel. That's all I'm on social media for. Uh, Completely and totally get it. Come on over and become American states. I welcome those people. Absolutely, my friend. You still haven't shared with us if you ride a motorcycle, ETC. You're on a motorcycle channel. Right on. ETC says, I'm on a political channel. You're a Democrat, bro. We don't talk politics or ETC. This is a motorcycle channel. That's it. I, I talk politics all the time, but not on social media. That's not what I'm on social media for. I'm on social media for motorcycles. That's it. So meet you in person someday, and we'll gladly have some political conversation, and we'll carry on from there. In the meantime, this is motorcycle conversation. Who else is on here rides an old motorcycle? Ride the old style rocker foot clutch, hand tank shift. Everybody's welcome to join in for some Saturday morning coffee scrolling motorcycle conversation. That's what it's all about. That's the only reason I'm on social media for. I know if you're new, just dropped in here, I pulled the saddlebag off the old bike the other day, so you can, if you're interested, have a look at how the function of that adjustable sissy bar, how I mounted it. Works pretty awesome. How about you, ETC? You ride a chopper? Or do you do any custom building on your motorcycles? Run smoke belt primaries, dry clutch. Fun old school awesome motorcycle stuff, my friend. Where did he go? All right. You guys have an awesome day. I'm here this morning, so or if you just drop here for some live beside the 45 motorcycle conversation, drop us a comment. Share your two wheels of freedom in the wind. ETC, you ride a motorcycle, sir? Chris OG, you too, Cactus, he says. All right, my friends. ETC, can you imagine if no, I can't imagine that. Oh, Aaron, I'm here, I'm here. Just not going good. Just not getting good reception where I'm at. Oh, well, yeah, I'm still here. I was gonna sign off because it seems like everybody gone for coffee. Cactus research how to moderate on the to do the lives here. You mean? It's a I don't know. I should really I shouldn't have to. The it's a motorcycle content channel. That's all we talk about, right, Eric? You've been here long enough. That's all it is motorcycle content. But yes, these are correct. He should research how to moderate. That way he can engage in censorship like all of the other Democrats do. Oh my. ETC. I hope you have a good day, my friend. Place. ETC, my friend. You seriously? What part of that? ETC. I don't need to. Uh, I don't need to silence you, do I? What? I don't understand. What don't you get about this is motorcycle channel? It's motorcycle channel, ETC. That's what it's about. That's what my whole channel is. Absolutely every video is about. You scroll through my channel, every video is motorcycle. Not anything else. Not about hunting, fishing, butchering beef, eating beef. It's about motorcycles. That's all my channel is about, ETC. That's the only reason I'm on social media. If you don't believe me, scroll through and watch all I can't remember what's on my channel, 200 and some videos. It's all motorcycle content. Because it always does, always remember this, Cactus Pan. If you're going to appoint a moderate, remember they will be designated thought police of chat, so you need to choose carefully. Oh dear. It's just motorcycles, ETC. Oh, Yeah, it's okay to have a motorcycle channel, isn't it? ETC. It's okay to have a motorcycle channel. That's all this is about. I guess you just don't get it. I don't think you do, my friend. No, there's no political whatsoever of any kind of motorcycle channel. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the hunting channel you're talking about. I don't watch any of that. you just you just don't get it. Scroll through my channel. There's 200 and some videos on there, both shorts and longs. Scroll through and have a look. There's some there's a bunch of road trip videos. It's all motorcycle life. That's what I'm on social media about their ETC. Scroll through my channel. She's well, all old motorcycles is what's on my channel. My 43 flathead, like this one. My 53 panhead, a 63 panhead, 82 shovel head. There's a couple videos of my 92 Evo Softail on there and my 2000 Softail. Cross country road trips and motorcycle miles. That's what my channel's about, ETC. So there's no political whatsoever. So, all right. Cheers. Have an awesome day, ETC, and everybody else. Ciao for now. We'll catch you next time. Signing out. Ciao.